Some secrets start with something as small as a light under a door, a hallway, a choice, and one quiet knock that changes everything forever. My name is Maya, and this is the secret I kept for 2 years. The one that almost destroyed my family, and the one I almost lost my whole heart over. Stay with me, because this story, it goes places I never saw coming, and neither will you. If you are new here, welcome to Small Town Secrets. We tell the stories nobody else dares to say out loud. Hit that subscribe button right now, and drop a red heart in the comments if you are already feeling something. I grew up in a small house on the edge of Portland, Oregon. The kind of neighborhood where the porch lights flicker on at dusk, where everybody knows everybody, and where families look perfect from the outside. My mom raised me alone for most of my childhood. My father left when I was 5 years old. Just gone. No goodbye. No explanation I could understand at that age. Mom worked double shifts at the hospital. She came home smelling like antiseptic and exhaustion. But she never missed a bedtime story. She never missed a single school play. We were less like mother and daughter, and more like two women who had already survived a storm together. Then I turned 19, and everything changed. Mom met Daniel, a quiet man with calloused hands from years of working as an auto mechanic. The kind of man who fixes things without being asked. He had a teenage son named Ethan, 17 years old. Dark curly hair, gray eyes that looked like they were always thinking 3 steps ahead. 6 months later, Mom and Daniel got married. And just like that, we were a family. 4 people, 1 house, and a whole lot of unspoken things. At first, Ethan and I barely spoke. I was starting community college, studying illustration. He was buried in sketchbooks and mountain biking. We were polite. Pass the butter. Good morning. That kind of life. But living under the same roof has a way of peeling back layers. Slowly. Without warning. Late night kitchen runs at midnight. Both of us reaching for the same shelf. Him cracking a dry joke I didn't expect. Me laughing before I could stop myself. I started noticing things about him. The way he helped his dad fix the fence on a Saturday without being asked. The way he'd leave small charcoal sketches stuck to the refrigerator. Tiny drawings, a hawk mid-flight, a stormy lake, a girl reading by a window. He had real talent. The quiet kind that doesn't perform for anyone. He wasn't my brother by blood, but the family called us that. And I kept telling myself that was all it was. Just step-siblings. Just family. Just the polite label we'd all agreed on. But something underneath the surface didn't agree. Something underneath was pulling me in a direction I didn't understand yet. By the time I was 23 and Ethan was 21, we had built a real rhythm together. I was finishing my degree, working part-time at a bookstore on weekends, going out with friends, living my life. Ethan had enrolled in a graphic design program. Still quiet, still careful, but slowly, beautifully opening up. We watched films together on the nights our parents went out, sharing one bowl of popcorn, laughing at the exact same moments. He had this way of saying something completely unexpected, something sharp and funny and deeply observant. And every single time, it caught me off guard. Mom and Daniel loved watching us bond. Finally, Mom would say, smiling, "You two are becoming real siblings." And I'd smile back. But inside, I was thinking, this doesn't feel like a sibling. This feels like something I don't have a word for yet. He dated a couple of girls briefly. Nothing serious. I had my own casual relationships too. But my thoughts kept drifting back. Always back to him. The night everything changed, the knock on the door. It was a Friday night in late October. I had gone out with friends to a bar in the Pearl District. Music was loud. The room was warm. Cocktails loosened everything. I wasn't drunk. Just soft around the edges. Just brave enough to feel things I usually kept locked away. I took a rideshare home around 1 in the morning. The house was dark. Except for one thing. A faint golden glow from under Ethan's door. Mom and Daniel were asleep. Early Saturday shifts. I crept inside, kicked off my sandals, and stood in the hallway. Loneliness hit me like a cold wave. All my friends had paired off that night, and I had come home. Alone. Again. I changed out of my dress, slipped into an oversized cotton robe, and stood there in the dark. His light was still on. I walked down the hall before I could talk myself out of it. I knocked. Softly. Hey. You awake? Yeah. Come in. His voice was calm. Relaxed. Like he'd been expecting someone, but not me. I pushed the door open. He was in bed, propped against pillows, phone in hand. The room smelled like pencil shavings and old wood. Album posters on the walls. Half-finished sketches scattered across his desk. He looked up, surprised, but not unhappy. How was your night? Good. Kind of. But lonely now. I stepped inside, closed the door behind me. Can I just hang for a little while? He nodded, patted the edge of the bed. Sure. My heart was doing something it had no business doing. We talked about the bar, about his evenings spent drawing, about nothing serious, about everything important. Laughter came easy that night, easier than it had any right to. And then, emboldened by something I still can't fully name, I said it. Scoot over. I want to lie down. He did. I stood up. The robe fell, and I slid under the covers beside him. He froze. Maya, what? Shocked. But not angry. Not pulling away. I just want to be near you. Is that okay? Silence. Long. Stretching between us like a held breath. Then he exhaled. His arm wrapped around me. Carefully. Tentatively. Yeah. Okay. This is small town secrets. And we are just getting started. If this story is pulling you in, hit like right now. And type I felt that in the comments. You would not believe how many people are watching this right now feeling exactly what you are feeling. Morning came gently. He was still asleep. His arms still draped over my shoulder. I slipped out quietly, gathered my robe, walked back to my room, heart hammering. What had I just done? In the days that followed, the house changed. Nothing looked different from the outside. Mom and Daniel still laughed over coffee. We still passed the cereal at breakfast. But Ethan and I, our eyes would meet across the table. A half second longer than before. A small, private smile. A secret humming between us. We avoided being alone together at first, stuck to family movie nights, sat on opposite sides of the room. But the tension built, like pressure beneath still water. One afternoon, our parents went grocery shopping. I knocked on his door. We finally talked about that night. He admitted something that broke the dam wide open. He said he had felt this way for a while, but he had held it back. Because of family. Because of what it meant. Because of what we stood to lose. Relief poured through me like warm light. I wasn't alone in this. And then, the stolen moments began. Late nights. Parents asleep by 10. I'd tiptoe down the hall. Or he'd come to me. Door closed softly behind us. Under the covers, we'd whisper. About dreams. About fears. About what we wanted from life. He sketched me sometimes. Quick, quiet lines capturing something real in my face. I'd trace slow patterns on his back and feel his breathing steady. On weekends, when the house stood empty, we cooked together. Pasta from scratch. Sauce simmering. Music floating through the kitchen. We ate at the table with our feet touching beneath it. He made me laugh until I cried over burnt risotto. After dishes, slow music still playing. He pulled me into the kitchen. Both of us swaying. Barely moving. Just existing in the same warm, impossible space. And in those moments, the guilt would go quiet. Just for a little while. But guilt never stays quiet forever. Mom surprised the family with a long weekend trip. A cabin in the Cascade Mountains. Thomas's birthday celebration. She was so excited. Board games. Hiking. Family time. We packed the SUV with coolers and camping gear and old songs. The cabin was beautiful. Wooden beams. Stone fireplace. A loft upstairs with twin beds pushed together to save space. That was where Ethan and I would sleep. 2 beds. Thin walls. Our parents directly below. The first day was beautiful. Hiking through towering pines. Waterfalls. Packed lunches on flat rocks. Group photos with everyone smiling. Ethan and I walked a few steps behind. Our hands brushed once. Neither of us pulled away. Evenings by the fire. S'mores melting. Our parents telling dating stories from years ago. Ethan and I on the couch with a shared blanket. Feet touching. Wanting more. Unable to move. Night 1. The loft went dark. Our parents settled in below. Ethan whispered my name across the small space between our beds. I crossed it. I slid under his covers. We lay still. Quiet and close. The cabin was old. The floors creaked. The walls were thin as paper. Every small sound felt enormous. But the warmth between us was worth every bit of fear. Morning came. We acted normal. Pancakes. Coffee. Laughing at the right moments. But when Mom came upstairs for extra blankets, we jumped apart so fast I nearly fell off the bed. She didn't notice. Or she didn't let on. Night 2. A storm rolled in from the mountains. Thunder shaking the windows. Rain hammering the roof. Our parents went to bed early. Ethan pulled me close during the loudest thunderclaps. The storm made everything feel more real. More fragile. More desperate. But morning 3 brought the closest call of all. Mom was already downstairs making breakfast. I had overslept. In Ethan's bed. She called up the stairs. "Kids. Food's ready." I moved fast. Slipped back to my bed. But the blankets were tangled. And Daniel had come up for something. He saw the rumpled sheets. He raised one eyebrow. Said nothing. But something passed across his face. Something careful and knowing. The drive home was quiet between Ethan and me. Had we gotten careless? Had someone already started to figure it out? The confession, the dinner that shattered everything. Weeks passed. We doubled our caution. Coded texts. Quick secret glances. Feet touching beneath the dinner table. Then came Ethan's 21st birthday. A fancy Italian restaurant. White tablecloths. Candlelight. Aunts, uncles, cousins. The whole extended family gathered around one long table. Daniel made a toast. His voice cracked talking about his son growing up. Mom looked at me and said it. "He's like a real brother to Maya now." Isn't that beautiful? The words landed like something heavy. After dessert. After gifts. After the hugs and thank yous and photographs. We drove home. Our parents in front, singing to the radio. Ethan and I in the back seat. Our hands hidden between us. Fingers intertwined. Invisible to everyone. Still risky. Still irresistible. That night our parents went to sleep early. Ethan texted me. "Come over." We held each other in the dark. Whispered everything we hadn't been able to say all day. What if someone finds out? What happens then? He held me tighter. "We'll figure it out. I can't lose you." Then one quiet family dinner changed everything. Mom's lasagna. Wine poured. Casual conversation. Until Daniel asked Ethan, just casually, over pasta. "Any special girl in your life yet, son?" Ethan froze. His eyes flicked to mine. I choked on my water. Mom laughed. "He's shy like his dad was." Daniel pressed gently. "It's time to bring someone home." Ethan set down his fork. He looked at our parents. Then at me. And he said it. "Actually, there is someone." The table went quiet. Mom leaned forward, excited. "Tell us." Ethan's voice trembled. "It's complicated." I kicked his shin under the table. "Stop." He didn't stop. "I've been seeing someone for months. Someone close." Confusion spreading across their faces. "It's Maya." The silence that followed was unlike anything I have ever felt. Mom's wine glass slipped. Red spreading across the white tablecloth. Daniel's face drained completely. "What do you mean?" His voice was dangerously low. Ethan explained everything. How it started. How it grew. How real it was. I sat frozen. Tears beginning to fall before I even realized I was crying. Mom sobbed. Daniel's voice rose. "You're like brother and sister. This is wrong." Ethan held his ground. "We are not blood. And what I feel for her is real." I finally found my voice. "It's true. I'm sorry we hid it." The dinner ended in chaos. Doors slammed. Words like betrayal and lies thrown across rooms. No resolution. Just wreckage. You are watching Small Town Secrets. The channel where no story is too raw, too real, or too complicated to tell. If this has ever reminded you of something you kept hidden, type it below. You do not have to give details. Just type, "I understand," and hit subscribe so you never miss a story like this one. The Reckoning. Healing is not pretty, but it is real. The house became a war zone made entirely of silence. Mom couldn't look at me without her eyes filling. Daniel left any room I walked into. Ethan moved into a campus dorm. The house felt hollowed out. We had family counseling. Painful. Brutal. Tears that had nowhere left to hide. Mom spoke about feeling betrayed by both of us. Daniel talked about losing trust in his own son. Ethan and I sat side by side in that small office, hands folded in our laps, explaining how it started, how it grew, how neither of us chose it like flipping a switch. The counselor helped us communicate, set boundaries, discuss consequences. No easy answers, just the slow, aching work of being honest. Months passed. Ethan and I met quietly. Coffee shops, parks. Not as secret lovers anymore. Just two people holding each other together through the storm. And that, somehow, made the love feel even more solid. The turning point came on a Tuesday night. Mom found me sitting on my bed surrounded by old photographs. She didn't say anything at first. She just sat beside me and held me the way she used to when I was small and scared. "I'm terrified of losing you," she whispered. "I never wanted to hurt you," I told her. "I know." We talked for 3 hours that night. About my father leaving. About the loneliness I had carried since I was 5. About how Ethan had filled a space inside me I hadn't known was empty. About how feelings don't ask permission before they arrive. Mom cried. I cried. And somewhere inside all of that crying, we found our way back to each other. Daniel took longer. He and Ethan went fishing one weekend. An old tradition between them. They came back quieter than when they left. That evening, Daniel pulled me aside in the kitchen. He looked older somehow. Softer. "I see how you two look at each other." His eyes glistened. "I hate it. But it's real. Just be careful with hearts. All of them. Including mine." I want to pause here. Because this story is not just about two people who fell for each other. It is about loneliness. Real, quiet, aching loneliness. The kind that shows up when everyone else has paired off. When the house is full but you still feel completely alone. It is about what happens when closeness turns into something unexpected. When the person who sees you most clearly is the one you least expected to see you at all. It is also about the cost of secrets. The way they protect you at first, and then slowly start to crush you. The longer you hold a secret, the heavier it becomes, and the harder the fall when it finally hits the ground. And it is about families. How fragile they really are. How much work it takes to build one. And how much courage it takes to rebuild one after something breaks it open. There are things I know now that I wish I had known then. First, loneliness makes us reach for whatever light is closest. That is human. That is not weakness. But it is worth understanding why you are reaching before you reach. Second, hiding something from people you love will not protect them. It only delays the pain and multiplies it. Third, healing is slow. It does not happen in one big conversation. It happens in hundreds of small ones. Over months. Over years. Over shared cups of coffee and fishing trips and tear-soaked Tuesday nights. Fourth, love does not always arrive in the form we expect it. Sometimes it finds you in a hallway at 1 in the morning. Sometimes it looks like someone who was always right there. That does not make it simple, but it does make it real. Looking back now, I see a 23-year-old girl who was still grieving a father who left, still learning what safety felt like, still figuring out the difference between comfort and love, and a 21-year-old boy who was careful and quiet, who kept his feelings locked away because he didn't want to break anything. Neither of us was a villain in this story. Neither of us planned it. We were just two young people living in the same house, finding each other in the dark. And maybe that is the part that is hardest to explain to people who weren't there. You can't always choose who makes you feel less alone. You can only choose what you do next. Slowly, incredibly slowly, our family healed. The rules loosened. Ethan moved back into the house. Dinners became dinners again instead of courtrooms. Mom and Daniel started laughing together on weekends. And Ethan and I, we made no grand announcements, no declarations. We just existed, honestly, together, in the same space we'd always shared, but this time without the weight of the secret. Some members of the extended family never fully understood. Some still don't. But our parents? They chose love over the image of a perfect family. And that choice, that brave, painful, imperfect choice, is what kept all four of us together. I still think about that Friday night. The hallway. The golden light under the door. The soft knock. Something as small as a moment. Something that changed every single thing. If you have made it to the end of this story, thank you. From the deepest part of my heart. You did not have to stay. But you did. And that means everything. This is Small Town Secrets. The place where the stories that are hardest to say out loud finally get told. If this story moved you, if it reminded you of something you've been carrying, drop a red heart in the comments right now. And tell me, from where are you watching tonight? Are you in a small town where the streetlights flicker at dusk? Or a city that never quite goes dark? I want to know. Subscribe to Small Town Secrets so you never miss a story like this one. Hit the notification bell. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it tonight. Because somewhere out there, someone is sitting in a dark hallway, wondering if it's okay to knock. And maybe, just maybe, this story will tell them something true. Good night.